demonstrating and talking about some nonverbal communication cues, and I moved very suddenly. When I did, Saba saw that and disagreed, and she did it in a very vocal manner, but she also came over to me. Now, this isn't exactly the situation that I was called in to fix, but it is a good analog. So I want to, it just happened, we're going to recreate this situation, and I'm going to, using the escalating consequence we just went over, you're going to disagree. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you kind of snake back into that corner so you can get a little bit better angle and kind of crouch down. I'm going to kind of come in here quickly like I just did. She's going to respond like she just did. When she does, I want you to immediately bounce up, turn to face her, and put yourself in between me and her. If she tries to go around you, you're a soccer player. You go sideways, do not let her pass that line. If she challenges you more, you walk towards her. All right. Ready?
Ready.
Take a step right out. And just stay right there, and don't let her pass. You're backing up. Take a step forward and to the side. And just keep going towards her until she turns sideways. You're a little tentative. So I want a little bit more of an assertive, bold, sudden movement. Now when I do it for the camera perspective, I dip, but it looks straight ahead. It looks more, assertive and more deliberate. So right there, what that is that high-pitched sound is a warning. Now we can see her tail. See how it's going up? That's also an indicator. If it's parallel with the spine wagging, that's more balanced. So what she's doing right now, she's disagreeing. And I wouldn't, she moved away, so I wouldn't walk towards her. And she sat down, so now you can turn around and walk away. So that was a great, I love when we can capture this sort of thing, because usually I can't get it out, but that was perfect. So she's still protesting, but she moved away. You took control of the situation. She sat down, and she's protesting, but she's not challenging or trying to correct me. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
Just fine. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we had to do and had happen too. Okay. To where she was, I mean, the kid was still here, and she was just going back and forth between here, would not let her.
Yeah. Now, what you went like this, and then you started going like this, and you were moving backwards. So I only moved to the side once or twice, and then I go to the side and forward. So again, forward and taking territory is more assertive. Backing up, especially if the dog's moving forward. If you're moving backward and the dog's moving forward, you're telling the dog, I'm giving this territory up for you. So we want to make sure that we disagree. Now right there, that's just a protest. She's doing it from a distance. She wasn't facing me. Mm-hmm. She wasn't staring at me. Her hackles weren't up, so I didn't interpret that as aggressive. I didn't think that would even result in a bite or a nip based on what I saw. But she was going to let me know that she disagreed. All right, so in the future, when this sort of thing happens, one of the things you could do is actually recreate it. Have the kids, wherever you're going to have them do it, and be right there. And so that you can stand up and immediately insert yourself between the kids and them and try to create a choke point. If you shoot right here, because I move this ottoman, I don't know if you can see the ottoman, there's a little bit of it's a smaller space. So you can change your environment a little bit to make that dog have to go through a choke point. And that gives you more power to insert yourself. I jokingly say this, but there's no entrapment laws for dogs. What happens is the dog does something, or behavior happens when we're not prepared for it, and then we panic and freak out. So if we can recreate the situation just like we did here, and then practice it, you're expecting it. You knew exactly what you were going to do. There was no hesitation. What happens? You're eating a nacho and some guacamole, and then it happens. You've got to stop what you're doing. You're flustered, and you're not focused. So if you can have the kids come over and practice that again and recreate that and insert yourself, you're taking over, and combined with the rules and structure that we're adding, should help her feel more relaxed.